Bloggos, POW! So, here we go. This is Tecmo Classic Arcade, released for the original Xbox back in space year 2005. This compilation only came out on the Xbox. It didn't come out on the PlayStation 2 or the GameCube or the PC, so it was a bit unusual in that respect. So I'm going to go through each of these games, some of which I'm familiar with and some of which I'm not. So see what you think. So we're starting off with, I can't pronounce this, Pleiades? Pleiades? No, I don't know. Right, let's get a credit button in and play this. So it's a Galaxian Space Invader sort of clone, but you seem to have to defend the base at the same time, so I've already lost bits of my base. And those radar things beep into death. No, the radar things seem to beep when you're something's coming, but I don't know if that's coincidence or what. But yeah, one button, no special weapons or anything. Oh, and now we've moved along, so I'm not defending things anymore. I'm blasting off into space. This goes to show what would happen when Elon Musk goes to Mars. These are quite well animated big spaceships. Looks like that one's on fire. And oh, I didn't get out of the way in time. And they take multiple hits as well. I do like the banking animation there. That's pretty cool. And I'm dead again. Oh shit. So there we go, Pleiades. So there is that, and that's a game. Next up, it's Tecmo World Cup. Of course, they were called Tekken back in 1985. Yes, a football game. Yeah, you know me, I'm not big on football games. Are you red or are you blue? I'm red, I think. Now this was remarkable because it was a overhead football game before the likes of Sensible Soccer and Kickoff in the arcades, and it had a really big following in the arcades. You'd always see people playing this, and it was an unusual cabinet. It wasn't a traditional stand-up cabinet where you look at the screen horizontally, or at least I don't know what I'm talking about. It was like a tabletop arcade machine with rollerballs, trackballs for the control, I seem to remember, and it was very popular with arcade goers. Apart from me, I couldn't care less about football games in the arcades. I'd much rather be playing something else. But it was extremely popular. I do think that Mega Drive game, the one that Kim Justice said was one of her hidden sort of guilty pleasures, Mega Drive Italian 90, it's a football game, I don't care, owes a lot to this. I mean, it's certainly playable. Got 9 seconds left of first half, I'd imagine, and I've scored a goal, so you know, that's always nice. Ah, no, really? Second game. What, you don't get half time? You don't get half time, so I'm on to the second game already. But it's football. It's the ball is round. The game lasts 90 minutes, or in this case 2 minutes. Everything else is theory or something. Yeah, had enough of that. Right, next up we've got Strato Fighter. Now this is one of my hidden gems. I first encountered this down Margate Arcades and subsequently actually bought the arcade board of it. I still have that. I'll come apparent why I like it, because it's a sideways scrolling shoot 'em up with a sort of mecha anime aesthetic to it. Sort of similar to, I suppose it looks a bit like Wolfgang in its design, which plays a lot like Sidearms, so it's already getting full marks from me. You've got two buttons, one to fire, one to change the direction of your ship. So there we go, that's where the Sidearms similarity comes in. Aside from being obviously sideways scrolling shoot 'em up. Two-player game as well. I was going to do a playthrough of the arcade board as a video, but as I think I've mentioned before, the super gun I've got for my arcade game PCBs isn't quite well, it outputs sound, but it outputs sound in a strange way, so it doesn't actually put it through the SCART. So I haven't actually got the cables to rig an external sound input, into my capture device. That's why I haven't actually done that yet. And this is actually a lot harder than I remember. I must have the arcade game board I've got set to an easy setting, because this is a lot harder than I remember. Not going to see the end of the first stage at this rate. And this spread weapon and these homing missiles are definitely helping. So I think probably if you're interested in having a go at this, I'm not sure how much this Tecmo collection costs these days, but it's Strato Fighter is playable on MAME. It does have an alternate name which escapes me right now. Probably come to me in a vision or long after I've finished playing this. It was a bit strange playing these games on an Xbox pad, and I'm so used to an Xbox 360 pad now. The Xbox pad feels like hitting bricks. Even this is a controller S I've got. A nice Dead or Alive beach volleyball blue one, which came from America or somewhere. So second stage now is the obligatory R-type giant battleship stage, and a nice pretty one it is too. Oh shit. Well, that didn't last that as long as I thought. I can normally get to stage 3 at least. It's a very hard game, and it is highly recommended. It's really good. Next up, it's Senjou. Senjou, I don't know how you pronounce that. It's another game I haven't actually played before, so let's have a look. Ooh, that's interesting. So it seems to be a sort of, I thought it was going to be like Battlezone. It's not like Battlezone. Well, I suppose it is a bit, sort of without the super 3D graphics. It does have that nice sort of parallax thing going with the background there. when you move the cursor, well, this crosshair up and down that little, it adjusts the horizon slightly, which is pretty cool. And I've just lost a life. That little counter down there in the right hand corner appears to be some sort of count of how many ships you've got left to destroy. I wonder if those UFO things give you weapons. I've not managed to hit one yet. And the sort of orangey brown earth tones with the silver spaceships and that, and silver tanks, really puts me in the mind of Terra Cresta for some reason. Very similar sort of colour scheme. Alright, we're nearly done. I've got 3 more left to destroy before I presume we move stage. 1 more. There it goes. Lovely. What's coming up next? More the same, as you'd expect. Yeah, not a really must-play game, I don't think. It's not horrible, it's just not particularly interesting. Next we've got Veigar, which I've obviously quite recently played the PS2 reimagining last year, which I really enjoyed. So I have played the arcade game before. I'm not very good at it, so this is probably not going to go very well. See what I mean? So it's your fairly standard sideways scroller, as you can see, and I'm shit at it. It's not helping that I'm playing this with an Xbox 360 pad. Really, oh shit. There goes death taking me away. I'm going to have another bash at that. Yeah, the Xbox, oh, for fuck's sake. The original Xbox pad is not the most responsive thing on the planet, I don't think, especially for 2D action games like this. Forgot you could do that. It's not helping though. This is an incredibly hard game. And I'm, you know, blaming a pad on it. Not blaming the fact that I'm shit at it. Oh, what the? Seriously. There was an NES version of this, which thankfully I think was easier. Oh. And there are those strange horse head things that in the PS2 version you move around in a similar sort of way. Starting to get a bit more of a swing of this now. It's still rock hard. Let's get that. So there we go, Veigar, a rock hard game. Quite a good game, but it is absolutely rock hard. Next up, Solomon's Key. This is a lovely little game. You can control this little wizard guy. And the idea is to move blocks out of the way. You can place them in all sorts of directions, or remove them in all sorts of directions. And you can jump over things, and the idea is to get the key, which will open the door. Simple. However, as you've seen, there's little nasty things that get in the way. And oh god, I'm so rusty at this as well. And you do have a time limit, so. And you can release a fairy as well. Okay, so fairy, get that bonus thing. There we go. Yeah, this fun little game was converted to home computers at the time, so you could get it on the Commodore 64, the Spectrum, and the Amstrad, I believe. Oh, God. I don't think there was any 16-bit conversions, so I don't remember playing it on an Amiga. And I don't know how far I can fall. So this is going to be a gamble. Oh, what the hell, let's go. Oh, it's fine, it's Fairy Life. Never mind. So yeah, I don't think there were any 16-bit versions. There was a Game Boy version and a NES version, I believe. So that's nice. Well, this bit's always fun. Shit, that didn't go well. Oh, bollocks. So it's quite a nice surprise to have this on a collection like this. Right, let's see if we can do this properly. No, we can't. I think the idea there is if I remove that block while they're at a certain place, they'll fly onto the walls and start moving away from me. Something like that. I can already hear hundreds of people complaining that I'm playing this wrong. And I am. And I should have blocked off that corridor up the tops, because those things are going to come back round if I don't sort my life out this side. Block them in that way. This is going to be tricky. Oh dear. That's the way to do that. Okay. And then I've forgotten I have these little fireball things. Oh, I didn't know they followed the wall down. I didn't actually mean to set one off then, but I did. It's also slightly confusing that the game has, you push up to jump, you don't have a jump button. I wonder if it'll, the fireball will take care of both of these. Oh no, one at a time, okay, that's fine. I was seriously running out of time there. Bonus prison, room 3.2. Cast the spell of the key at 3-3. Okay, well, not at 3-3 yet. I can't be bothered to go and collect the bonuses. dear. What's that doing? Oh, it's another fireball-y thing. This is not going to go well with those thingamies. Well, that actually worked out better than expected. And now I'm going to be go straight for the door. I'm doing a lot better than this than I thought I could. Oh crap. And it's game over. Yeah, Solomon's Key is a great little game. Play it on the 8-bits, play it on the NES or the Game Boy, play it on here, play it on MAME. Really good stuff. Okay, next up we have Star Force. And Star Force is a really nice little upward scrolling shoot 'em up. Very basic by today's standards, but at the time I would say a bit groundbreaking. And that really nice bas relief backgrounds, indestructible scenery, and very good. Now, Commodore 64 owners would probably know there's a game called Warhawk that was published by Firebird on the Commodore 64, which is essentially a Commodore 64 version of this game, with some really great Rob Hubbard music. So if you're a C64 fan and you haven't played that, what are you doing? And you better go and do that right now. Oh shit. Oh crap. And it has got this weapon part for faster fire. Oh bollocks. I didn't even get to the end of the first stage. But yeah, fun game. Have a bash on Star Force. Again, I think there was a Famicom, or maybe a NES version, at least a Famicom version of that. But otherwise, play Warhawk on the Commodore 64. That's really good too. Now, I've been dreading this. Tecmo Bowl. I don't understand American football. I'll get that straight out of the way right now. So, oh, nice cheerleaders, that's nice. And it's got this strange horizontal playfield to it. Maybe the arcade game was... I never played the arcade game. I mean, no, American football games weren't big over here. I don't know what happened. Throw it! I'm supposed to be able to throw it? Are you? I don't know! Yeah, American football wasn't big over here, so I've never seen the arcade game of this at all. It looks like it might be a dual screen affair. I'll have to Google that and check that out. You would have thought I'd be able to run or do first down. First down and set. What does all this mean? I don't know. I really don't know. And he's throwing the ball backwards. Is it like rugby? Oh, God. I apologise to my stateside viewers. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Even I just don't know. I just don't. Okay, so next up is Pinball Action. Oh, nice bit of graphics there. Okay, seems to be the only pinball game I've ever played where you can't move the paddles. I may well have actually tilted the table too much. Ah, they're on the trigger buttons on the Xbox controller. This is a bit of a bit bizarre because none of the other games have used the trigger buttons. So yeah, never been a big fan of pinball games on a console or an arcade. I mean, if you're in the arcades, why would you play a pinball video game where you could play pinball? I suppose maybe, I don't know, if the arcade owner didn't have room for a pinball machine, they'd have this instead. That's the only way I can... the only thing I can imagine. Of course, the exception to the rule, though, I don't like pinball games on a cake like this, is of course the Devil Crash, Alien Crush, whatever they're called on the PC Engine and the Mega Drive. But I just got no interest in playing this again. I'm sorry, it's just not, no. Ah, here we go. Bomb Jack, an absolute classic. And not one I was going to say I'm not particularly good at it. I'm not nowadays, but at one point my local pub had a Bomb Jack machine, which I sunk hours into, and me and a friend would play it for hours. And I did get really good at it at one point. Unfortunately, that was summer 1990. And I don't think I played it after that until, well, this compilation came out, I think. Well, I seem to be doing okay. Oh dear. Murdered in front of the Disney castle. Of course, it's not as that castle in Germany, which the Disney castle was modelled after, but you know. This, of course, was converted to most home systems back in the 80s. The Commodore 64 had a version, as did Amstrad Spectrum and Dead People. 16 bits, Commodore 64 and Amiga. Some of which were really good, some of which weren't. I'll let you decide which ones were which. And last up of these 11 games, we have this game called Swimmer, which may well be the earliest game on the compilation. It may be Pleiades, whatever it was called. Might be older. I wasn't paying attention at the beginning. And again, I've not played this before. Okay, so you control a swimmer and you dodge the logs. You can hit the logs, and obviously the swimmer is I don't know, made out of eggshells or something and dies instantly. And it seems you've got a dive move, which I suppose when executed properly, that means you can dive under the logs. Oh, I haven't got quite the hang of that yet, so let's try without it. Actually, let's try it. No. Timing's got to be spot on if you want to dive under things, by the looks of things. Sorry, no extra. Game over play 1. Well, let's have another quick bash on this, because it is a... and those turtles probably need to be avoided as well, I would say. That's a big log. Big log. And also seems like the logs are almost randomly placed. There's the big log again. And by the mercy of my green swimming trunks, I'm allergic to wood. Are these swimming trunks, or is he wearing fig leaves? Right, under. No! Didn't work. Didn't work. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, no extra again. So yeah, swimmer. That's not very good. No, it's a bit shit. So the last thing on here isn't the game, it's the gallery. So let's have a quick look at this. I think you'll be able to see some of the yeah, you can see some of the arcade flyers, and zoom in and read them. This is quite nice. Let's see what ones we've got. We've got lots of Pleiades ones, Bombjack ones. Oh, you've got the marquees. Look, that's nice, isn't it? So you've got the Veigar marquee. That's really nice. Not particularly good quality image, but still nice to see. Let's see if we've got anything for Strato Fighter. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a Strato Fighter flyer there. That's nice. Very good. It's nice when they put these little extras on a disc like that. I think that's yeah, these Strato Fighter like instructions thing. Excellent. Oh look, there's another one. Another Strato Fighter. Oh, it's same instructions but colorized. Only 3 pages there, so you've got some Bombjack, Star Force, lots of flyers for Pleiades or whatever it was called. I do like the inclusion of these marquees here. That's nice. Nice little bonus there, isn't it? So there was the Tecmo Arcade Collection. A pretty good little compilation, which you can still pick up fairly cheaply, I'd imagine. So if you can find a copy, go out and grab it. Here, subscribe or naff off.